This is the seated machine shoulder press, a great exercise to hit those front delts, and a great replacement for a seated dumbbell shoulder press. The one I'm on right here is the Nautilus Nitro shoulder press. I like this one because it converges at the top and it feels natural on that way up and down. There isn't too much variation in shoulder press machines that are set up like this, so all the tips that I'll give in this video will apply. First, set up that seat in a spot to where at the very bottom of the exercise when you're setting up, that hand is shoulder height. For me, I'm also taking into account that butt being slightly forward towards the front of that seat and leaning backwards into this machine. This leaning back position is going to allow me to get more stacking of the joints at the very bottom and a more comfortable pressing path. If the machine that you're using is already at an incline, then in most cases you don't need to worry about this. However, if your shoulder press machine has a back press that's completely vertical like this one, I would strongly recommend getting a lean back, scooting forward on that seat. That way you're at an incline. You're also going to be using a neutral grip with those palms facing towards each other. This is going to allow you to get more lengthening of those front delts versus if you had an overhand grip on those side handles. It is also much easier on that shoulder joint as well, reducing the risk of injury on this exercise. On lift up of that first rep, make sure that you're pushing that elbow slightly forward and trying to stack that elbow underneath the wrist the most that you can. This is going to put you in a stronger pressing position and also put less tension and stress on that shoulder joint. As you're going up during that concentric, to minimize use of that chest, imagine like you're pushing straight up to the ceiling and also slightly behind you over the top of your head. At the very top, it is okay to lock out those elbows, but make sure you're not holding that position at the very top for long. As you can see right here, I am just going up, getting the full extension of that arm and going right back down. Control that eccentric at least 3 to 4 seconds on that way down, and imagine like you're still trying to push up towards the ceiling. On that way down, also imagine like you're trying to push that elbow slightly forward to better stack up the elbow and that hand. This will help minimize any potential shrugging up of those shoulders on that way down and also put less stress on that shoulder joint. Although we do want to stack that elbow and that wrist the best that we can in this exercise, you may have to allow that elbow to come behind that wrist in order to get the full range of motion as I'm doing right here. However, to do it safely, make sure you're taking that eccentric nice and controlled, not bouncing at the very bottom, keeping those shoulders down, and also like I mentioned before, imagine like you're slightly pushing that elbow forward at the very bottom. On those last few reps, getting close to failure, make sure that you are not lifting that butt off the seat, and also squeeze those abs to make sure that you don't get as much form breakdown. If you find yourself sliding up and down and also lifting that butt off the seat during this exercise, it may be due to your feet positioning. Make sure that you have those feet behind those knees. If you feel like you're using the chest too much and also feeling stress in that shoulder, you may be pushing forward instead of straight up during that concentric. Let's grow those shoulders, and please like and subscribe as well as watch my other tutorial videos to get a little bit more out of the exercises you may already be doing.